before we hop into the theme, the topic of today, I actually want to share some stuff. So there are some fun things, some updates, because like I'm too lazy to film an update video. Yeah, I could also just do that, but might as well put it here. I might also just put it in an update video later on when I have the time. But yeah, I just got the results from my entire British Sign Language level 2 this morning, and it's fun. Turns out they give me an entire transcript, because when I did my level 1, it's just you passed, congratulations. But this time they have had a transcript, and then like for each exam they have a mark for each criteria. So like vocabulary is this, and then like fluency, and then like grammar and all that. There's like 10 different criteria in every exam, and it's interesting to see. And it turns out, by the way, this, if anyone wants to do that exam, this is some fun facts about that exam. In every exam where you have to sign, there are 2 essential criteria, which means that if you fail one of those criteria, you fail the whole thing. And one of them is facial expressions. So you can't go into, like, you can't sign with stone-faced. And also the other one is like BSL order, as in like the sentence structure and grammar. If you sign like with English grammar, you're also screwed. I thought I'd do quite well, because in my mock exam I got full marks, as I said. But that was marked by my own teacher. But then in the actual exam, in both of my signing exams, I only like just passed those 2, and I was like, wow, if I got like a pass, what the hell like are other people getting? Do people just fail this kind of stuff? Because I know people who sign like with English grammar, and I'm surprised by how harsh that is. How strict, I suppose. You see B in the... Yes? No, that's not from... What? Not from a fundraiser. That's from Jellycat. I tried to get it like in loads of places around town, but I couldn't find it. Now it's mine. This one came all the way from Hong Kong, I think. Yeah. What? But yeah, love it. I'm a very devoted to like spiritual Mancunian now, so I love my bees. It's just sitting there. Hi. Hopefully one day if I pass your level 1. Yes, you will do it. You should be fine. Should be fine. Just don't think in English. Think in Czech. Probably would help. Yeah, there is some flexibility there. So yeah, I to be fair, I got quite good marks in most of those exams. Just the essential ones where I'm like, I'm quite surprised I didn't get higher marks. Because, you know, as a language guy, usually grammar is the thing that I'm most confident in. As for facial expressions, I don't know. I thought I'd do quite well. When I sign, I have some facial expressions. You're not wrong, actually. Czech does have a more similar word order. Yeah, I know. Because there's more flexibility in BSL. And quite often you have like the verb at the end, and English just doesn't do that. So if you think in English, you would just... Your gut would be very strongly against putting the verb at the end. Yeah, so there is a range of ways to use the language, like more English influenced, less English influenced. I've heard like certain schools would be it's like a dialect of the language, right? So in a certain school, the dialect of that school, or that deaf school, would be closer to English. And if you look at my upcoming video, which I was editing this morning and last night, you will see my deaf friend Vernon. And he comes from a school where they sign more Englishly, in a more English manner. But then in other places, people will be signing less English, or might be related to like class or like your level of education, because obviously in an English focused world, if you are educated, that means your English is better. That means you might rely more on English words or English loans. Like, for example, there might be like one signed for multiple English words like synonyms. Normally, the way you deal with it in sign language is you add extra nuances through your face or through the like changing the sign a little bit. But if your English is very good, what you might do is you sign the same sign and then you mouth the more sophisticated English word. And that there's also like an influence on the sentence structure and all that. So in the courses they try to teach a specific like standardized version of the language, which is like common. Like when you learn German, you learn High German, and when you learn BSL, you learn the standardized grammar. Like the way they want you to put the sentence, like I don't know, subject, object, verb, that kind of stuff. That's why actually sometimes even teachers struggle to teach the right sentence, because sometimes they might not tend to use that version of the language instinctively.